Hello, and welcome to another Tomii Healing and Wellness training video. Lesson number 12, Interpreting Qi Analyzer Results, Meridians page. In the following video, we will be exploring how to analyze some examples of the Meridians page. Outside of the video, we will also have links to Google Docs that have specific breakdowns for each meridian and how to address them when they're high, low, and out of balance. Anyways, let's begin.
Hello there. So this video is going to fall somewhere in the lesson number 10 presentation. I'm not sure just yet how I'm going to set it up, but I want to at least go over some things. So in this part of the presentation, we're going to be talking about the meridian pages. So I know I've already covered the information that are on these slides, but I'm referring to the meridian page, which is going to be this picture. That's going to show up during the Qi analysis. So I picked 4 at random. This first one we're going to be looking at is the gallbladder, right? So you could see I have it circled here. So this is the overall meridian page. We have the 12 main meridians at the bottom here, and we can see that they also have their associated elements underneath them, 2 for fire, of course. And then we have the left and right readings for both of them. So this would be left lung, that would be right lung, left large intestine, right large intestine, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to be going over these 4 random ones just to kind of give you some insight on them and show them. But for the sake of keeping this brief, I implore you to look at all of the individual ones that we have in the Google Doc file. We have all 12 there. We're also going to have, of course, all the presentations and lessons, and there should be some other additional information that should help you understand our system and ideally help you provide better therapy. So on this first gallbladder page, I'm going to give you some insight that you can't see in any of the written information. So right here, we have an average of 18. So how we get this number is through the average of all of the scans. So ideally, the space between these is going to be pretty high. Typically, the space between the bottom, like the second standard deviation on the bottom and top, ideally is going to be around 25 points for most people. But when we're dealing with people who have low Qi, it's going to be less than that. And sometimes it's going to be as small as 9 points. And so this is why low Qi can drastically affect how things look, because if you're doing a scan and somebody has like they seemingly have some like pretty regular scans in the upper body, but then there's just absolutely nothing going on, it's like a struggle to get the readings for the lower body, then it's going to make their upper body meridians look off of the chart. And of course, this is helpful, and they might actually have more Qi in their upper body, but also it's just going to affect the way that the graphs look. It's going to make everything look crazier than it probably really is. So with that out of the way, we're going to talk about this. So we're focused on the gallbladder, right? So we've talked about some of the ailments before. I'm going to summarize those. So migraines, insomnia, bad decision making, like knee problems, like knee swelling, stuff like that. But what we're actually looking at right here is a left and right imbalance. And so what we mean by that is the left side, as you could see, is in the weak. It's 2 standard deviations below the average. And then the right side is in excess. It's in 2 standard deviations above the midline. And so we're going to move on here. So we could see that this is in excess, or this is too high, right? So both sides are too high over the gallbladder, right? So we could see that. And then this is too low, right? And so I'm just going to cover some of the other ones. The good part is all of the abbreviations. I mean, they're pretty straightforward for English-speaking therapists. But if you're having problems with any of them, you're able to look back at all of the other examples that we have. So I'm going to move on here. So this is going to be for the kidney, right? So of course, there's the look at the kidney. Here's some of the information we've already covered before. And so this is imbalance. So we could see Ki, right? Kidney, water element. And we could see left side is high and right side is low. And we could also see that the spread for this person, they would have low chi, right? There's only a difference of 11. And once again, it would make things that look probably regular look really high. But in reality, it might not be they might not have actually off of the chart chi for that. And also, what's really important to note is if they have high chi, a lot of this stuff is going to look green, but in reality, they have a bunch of high readings. So this is all stuff we want to keep in mind. We take a look here, so we can see that both of these are in excess. Once again, kidney, left and right are over the top line, and we could see, whoa, this person's got it's pretty normal. It's not crazy high chi. It's a 23-point difference, not bad. We'll take a look here, and low chi once again, and we can see, okay, yeah, they are deficient here. And we're going to move on. So that's 2 lower body meridians covered. And now we're going to look at 2 upper body meridians. Here's triple burner. This is extremely important if the person has high chi. We always want to work on it if somebody's in an inflammation stage. And we could take a look. Of course, we got the information. And here we are. So we could see this is out of balance. Maybe this isn't the best representation because the right is in balance, technically, because the right side is in green. However, we could see that the left side's low. Also, I realized that this is over the pericardium meridian. This is not the correct picture. Let's take a look at the other one. Okay, there we go. All right, so bad example, of course. But we could see that triple burner is in excess here, left and right side. Of course, SJ for Sanjiao. That is the Chinese name for the triple burner. Some people might call it the triple warmer or triple heater. All of those are valid names. And we take a look over here, and we can see that both of them are low once again. SJ, we got left and right low. And we're going to look at one of the most important, if not the most important meridian of them all right here, and that is the heart, because it deals with nearly everything that people care about, especially sleep. So when we see this, when we see it's out of balance, honestly, it's a pretty safe bet that they're having bad sleep, even before we get to the Zongfu or excess deficiency page. It's got different names depending on the system that we have with you. Of course, if it's in Chinese, it would be Zongfu. But we can see that the heart is underlined here and that the left side is low, the right side is high. We can see here, oh, this person has a really high heart. And we can see that they have good energy too. So we're taking a look over here. If we were to make some assumptions, we'd see 1, 2, 3 yang meridians low also. So chances are they might have a yang deficiency. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, but as you get comfortable with the system, you're able to actually look at this page and pretty much gather the majority of the information that's really needed. Of course, I implore you to look at all of the information, but this page alone, you're able to see overall energy, and you're able to see the specific readings for every single meridian, left and right, all 12 of them, and it gives you a big insight. And here we are, last page, of course, we see that the heart is low here. Of course, this could still be poor sleep too. And what else would impact it is the difference between where the heart is and the small intestine. If there's a big gap between them, even though maybe they're not completely in excess or completely weak, that too can lend itself towards poor sleep. But anyways, thank you for joining me for another lesson. I really appreciate it. And as always, may your life be in balance.